Back in Provo, Utah, ready to start the second quarter. Playing for the old wagon wheel. Cosmo the Cougar dancing, but not much to cheer about for the Cougar fans in quarter one. They trail 14-0. Second down. 14. That's off the hands of Holker. That is Utah State saying it's their football, that it was a catch and a fumble. It is BYU ball.
The ruling in the field is a fumble out of bounds. It will be third down.
Christiansen there for Utah State, thinking he got it before it went out of bounds.
Yeah, he thought he had a chance to get this football. Good strip of the football by Woodard. Boy, it sure looks like he had possession there as he's going out of bounds. Christiansen, the linebacker. The ball pops out by Woodard. He cradles the football. That was very close. It looked like he had control.
The ruling in a previous play of a fumble out of bounds is under further review.
So that will go to our replay official, D. Anderson. But that look from this angle looks to be our best.
Yeah, this is the best angle. It looks like he secures the football there before his shoulder pad slides out of bounds.
To me, I'm seeing enough to overturn the call on the field. Are you seeing the same, John?
Yeah, that's a great angle. I mean, let's credit David Woodard coming in and stripping the football, and then Christiansen had the awareness and the athleticism to be able to get on the football in front of the BYU bench. It looks like he cradled that football and had possession before he slides out of bounds.
Well, last year Utah State beat BYU 40-24. That game was in Logan, Utah. BYU had 7 turnovers in that game. One thing they've done well this year is not turn the ball over. They came into this game with a turnover margin of +5 on the season.
Yeah, only 2 interceptions early in the season that hurt him on the road against Cal. This Utah State team, you know, there might have been some questions about the schedule they've played so far. They lose a heartbreaker early against Michigan State on the road, a game that I watched. I thought they were going to win. I thought they were going to find a way to win that game, but a team that scores over 50 points per game. On defense, it looks like they run well. They're tenacious. They take advantage of opportunities, and they're Christiansen, hopefully, for the Aggies, they're thinking they got another turnover.
John, the big question I had was their run defense. You know, they've given up significant yardage on the ground, Utah State's defense has. So far in this game, they've been stout against BYU's run offense. And if that's the case, then it's going to be a long night for the Cougars.
Yeah, no question. It's a Utah State team that had an off week last week after beating Air Force 42-32. And Matt Wells said, hey, my defense played 114 snaps in that Air Force game. We needed the week off. BYU does have a marquee win this year. Of course, that win at Wisconsin, they were ranked 6th at the time. They won 24-21 in Madison. But last week thought, hey, they had a chance. It's a top 20 matchup as they went to Seattle. But
we saw Washington.
Dumped. Yeah,
they put their chest out and did everything they wanted to do. And I think the problems on offense for Brigham Young, it's about winning on the early downs. They've only had 2 first downs tonight, and they have those 2 first downs when they were 2nd and 2 and 2nd and 7. When you live behind the chains, it's tough to get consistency out of the running game, and then you put a little bit more pressure on your passing game.
Now, this seems to be taking a while. I thought it was pretty cut and dry, what we saw.
Well, they may be trying to get the timing and maybe where the ball is spotted.
Well, but the clock would have stopped anyway because they had it going out of bounds. Well, nonetheless.
Well, great play by David Woodard to strip the football. Had the freshman tight end Holker coming across the middle, and it was just advantageous. That's when you as a defender, you always want to be around the football. Rally to the football, good things happen.
After further review, the fumble was recovered inbounds by a member of Utah State. It will be Utah State's first and 10 at the 35-yard line. The clock operator, please reset the game clock to 14 minutes, 54 seconds.
One more look at this.
14:54 on the game clock.
Terrific job. Woodard gets a hand on the football. Holker coughs it up. And then There's the punch of the football there. Christiansen on it. It looks like he slides out of bounds at 14:54. So it's going to be great field position for Utah State and quarterback Jordan Love.
So what was the first play of the second quarter turns into the second turnover of the game for BYU.
Do you take a shot here?
Playing it conservative, hand it off to Bright, who will run for about 6 yards on first down. Trajan Peely, the defensive end, up to make the tackle.
Again, tempo on offense from Utah State.
Again, Bright running right. He has a first down inside the 25 to the 23. Well, the overturn by replay, which certainly looked to be the right call. This could be a demoralizing turn of events for BYU. We're already down 14. And Utah State taking a shot for Tarver, and it's well offline, also in the direction of the tight end Terrell.
I think they were trying to go down the middle to Terrell, and it looked like Anderson got away with a little bit of a hold around the 10-yard line.
Trips to the boundary side, putting Tarver up top. Redshirt sophomore quarterback Jordan Love, who last year took the starting job away from veteran Kent Myers about midway through the season. Jet sweep running here to the near side. And not much there inside the 19 for Devin Tompkins, a true freshman.
Really good job by BYU setting the edge on the outside. Anderson, who's missed the last 2 weeks, he's that edge defender. But now they have to come back with a huge play here on third down.
Well, they certainly have a qualified kicker in Dominic Eberle. They have to settle for 3 here. Well within his range, but a 3rd and 7 for the Aggies. Love out to Bright. Gets a block on the edge, but that is ripped through by Zane Anderson. A flag comes down right near the point of the tackle at the 20. And BYU, one silver lining here is the play of Zane Anderson, who's started and played well.
What's back-to-back plays by Anderson?
Personal foul, face mask, number 23, defense. Half the distance to the goal line, automatic first down.
Now, did Anderson get that on the block or when he broke free from Raymond, then on the ball carrier Bright?
It looked like the left hand just got a piece of the face mask on Bright right there. He's going to turn. He's going to turn his head in a downward fashion. That left hand off of the block. Watch his left hand get right there on the face mask.
There it is.
You see the slight turn of the head left and downward, and the official's right on it. That's a good call. It's a shame Anderson in the right place at the right time for Brigham Young.
And he did a great job shutting that blocker. I mean, he stood him up, got his hands on him, and approached the ball carrier. Unfortunately, the linesman was about 2 feet away.
So instead of a field goal opportunity for Utah State, they have a 1st and 10 from the 11.
Jalen Green at the top of the screen. Man-to-man coverage. Just might want to take a chance there.
Spotted at the 9, so it is a 1st and goal for the Aggies. Thompson to the edge, turns the corner, met at the 6 and slung out of bounds by Chris Wilcox.
This is a tough offense to defend because they get you going sideline to sideline, and then they could spring Thompson or Bright going north and south. Smallish running backs, but powerful in between the tackles.
They got weapons. As you see a BYU player allowed off the field for injury, whether it's a tight end, a tall wide receiver in Tarver. They got little slots. They got powerful running backs who are tough to tackle. They got a little bit of everything, I know.
They do what they do well, Quint, and especially in the red zone.
6 play inside the 10 for the Utah State offense. 2nd and goal from the 6.
They see him move the pocket to the wide side here.
Throws to the end zone. Tarver juggling and hangs on. Ronquavion Tarver, who had 7 touchdown catches a year ago, his first TD catch of this season.
What a great job of being strong with your hands. This ball has some velocity on it because it had to. It had to thread a needle right there, and a really good job of concentrating in traffic. He beats Wilcox to the inside, does Tarver. He's able to be strong enough to make that reception back in the deep part of the end zone.
Point after for the native from Germany, Dominic Eberle, who's now perfect 73 of 73 in his career on PATs. Well, a fumble recovery got it going on this drive for Utah State. Punched out, recovered by Christiansen, and the touchdown reception for Tarver. And Utah State wanting to hang on to the old wagon wheel. They're up 21-0. Well, this season, for every field goal and extra point made by participating universities, Allstate will make a contribution to the university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. LaVelle Edwards Stadium. Ronquavian Tarver's first touchdown catch of the year has given Utah State a 21-0 lead. So the 2 turnovers committed by BYU have been turned into 14 points by the Aggies. Hefo going to take it from a yard out. Trying to spark something for the Cougars, and he's tripped up at the 21. Coming up tomorrow on ABC, a big one in the Big Ten East. Jim Harbaugh, number 14, Michigan. They're 4-1. They host 3-1 Maryland at the Big House. Noon Eastern on ABC. Also live on the ESPN app, so you can watch it anywhere. College football presented by Walmart.
Maryland going to the Big House, a chance to earn a signature win. And Michigan coming from behind last week. They were down 17 points. They come back to win by 3 at Northwestern, so it should be a good one in Ann Arbor.
Well, here's BYU down 21, still early second quarter. Ingham hands off. Katoa for the 25 for 4 yards. Obviously, they need points here, John, but you get the feeling, even if they can,
they need a drive.
An 8, 9, 10-play drive, something offensive.
They need to start stacking positive plays back to back to back. And for Kalani Sitake, it's one of those frustrating nights because they haven't really played well offensively throughout the season. They're looking for more consistency. And tonight, you're talking about just getting this initial first down of this drive.
Mangum rolling out. Just going to throw it towards the sideline in the direction of Dylan Colley and incomplete at the 40. It's a BYU team that nearly got shut out last week in Seattle by Washington. They scored late. A Katoa touchdown run with only 41 seconds left in the game for their only score, losing 35-7.
Well, it's an important play for the offense to stay on the field. Third down, momentum entirely on the Utah State side. And now you're going to get a little pressure with man coverage on third and medium.
And the Cougars 0 for 3 on third down tonight.
Now they're going to come after Tanner Mangum here. He has to have somebody win on the outside. Maybe the slot and Hefo, bottom of the screen.
Here comes that pressure. Mangum being chased, slings it as hit as he was throwing, and it's incomplete. A great pressure put on by that defense.
The pressure is going to come from the short side, and it really shortens the time in the pocket, top of the screen. You just win on the inside. That's just a good job of fighting through by Anderson, one of those defensive ends. No time in the pocket, no one wins on the outside. That's going to bring the punting unit on, and another opportunity for Utah State to have pretty good field position.
Well, the last time Utah State won here at LaVelle Edwards Stadium, in 2014, they won 35-20. When they won that game, that ended a 17-game road losing streak to BYU, which dated back to 1978. And this punt, not a great one, but it does take a BYU roll and will be down at the 41. The Aggies have good starting field position and a 21-point lead when we come back to Provo.
ESPN College Football, brought to you by Chevy. Chevy has earned J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs. And the long-lasting power of Energizer, still going.
Well, a lot of the college football experts thought this was close to a pick'em game coming in, maybe a 1 or 2 point favorite for BYU on their home field, but the poise of Jordan Love has been the total difference so far.
Well, he's done a great job from the pocket with touch passes down the middle here. He finds a wide open tight end in the red zone. He's able to look like he's going to go to the short side, throw a catchable ball back to his running back for a touchdown. He's been efficient, 7 of 10. He's been accurate, threading the needle here on the slant for a 6-pack, 2 touchdowns on the evening. And he's done that all season long. He's arguably one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the country.
That's well read, though. No place to go for Aaron Vaughns, who's going to lose a couple of yards. Utah State's first drive began on their own 8. Since then, their average starting field position has been the 45. They have taken advantage of a couple of turnovers as well. Love throws and finds his receiver near midfield. That's Jalen Green, grad transfer from USC.
He's never a still target in the pocket. You either get a little movement, a little shuffle right or left, makes it tough on a defense.
Love was under-recruited. David Yost, their offensive coordinator, was at Washington State at the time. They looked at him, but he was only 6'2", 176 pounds. He hit a growth spurt. Look at him now, 6'4", 225, and in control.
Tell you what, Q, a lot of teams are probably thinking, where'd this guy come from? Allen with the run. That's El Toro Allen. He's a senior running back from the Sacramento area in Elk Grove, getting his first carry.
They may be just short of this first down, maybe by a half of a football or even less.
Which, if they're short, and it looks like they are,
we're going to measure, but just eyeballing it here from the booth, it looks like it's about a half a football short of a first down.
If it happens to be a little short, John, it doesn't appear at all that Utah State's offense is going to take the foot off the gas here.
No, because Brigham Young offensively has not threatened you at all through a quarter and a half of football.
So they have to bring the chains from the opposite side of the field. Yeah, it's going to be short by about half the length of the football.
Interesting call, because Matt Wells, as a head coach, he's a former quarterback here, played in this game. You look at the scoreboard, it's 21-0. You have confidence, extreme confidence in your quarterback and your offensive line. But you have to get one of your veteran running backs out there, either Thompson or Bright, because Allen on that last play, even though he has experience in terms of his grade, maybe not on the field, he ran right in the back of his offensive lineman. And this is a team that runs out of the shotgun a lot. They don't do a lot under center, so you would assume quarterback sneak, but let's see where Jordan Love lines up. Or are they going to punt the football?
Wow, yes.
Too much momentum to risk if you go for it there and fail. You give the momentum back to BYU. Right now the Cougars have none.
And you know, Quinn, I'm looking for them possibly to maybe have them jump off sides here, do something with their formation.
He goes under center. Wildman letting the play clock run.
They may just take the 5-yard penalty here.
Down to 2. Yeah, they're going to take the penalty and then punt.
Delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
But the debate is a really good one. Do you go for the jugular there if you're Utah State, or as Quint was just saying, do you not even want to open the door a crack for BYU?
Well, you've totally dominated this football game. You have 9:22 left before halftime. I wouldn't have argued not going. I would have loved to have gone for it. If I'm Jordan Love, I'm looking at Coach going, let's pound these guys. We got them where we want them right now. But as a guy with a lot of wisdom that may have been in this situation once or twice, you have to respect your opponent, and one play could kind of turn the game the other way. So they're going to play field position, and their defense has been very dominant as well, stifling the Cougars offensively.
So Taylor Heinze on the punt.
Yeah, sorry, BYU does not have 11 guys in the field right now.
Michael Shelton going to call for a fair catch, and when you only have 10 on the field, that's probably the wise play, and he covers it up at the 12. Hey, you can kick off your NFL day with Sunday NFL Countdown on ESPN at 10 a.m. Sam and the guys have all the early breaking stories. They'll preview each game right up to kickoff. Then head with us, as well as the Redskins, as we go to the Big Easy for Monday Night Football. Monday at 8:15. Drew Brees leading the 3-1 Saints. He's only 200 yards shy of passing Peyton Manning for career passing yards. Coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown at 6 p.m. served by Applebee's. And it's all found on the ESPN app as well.
How fun is Drew Brees to watch play quarterback?
One of the all-time greats.
Only 4 shy of 500 touchdowns in his career.
Mangum fires and out of reach. A flag flies. Matt Bushman, the tight end, the intended receiver there near the 30.
Holding, number 48, defense. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's on Chris Jansen, who had the fumble recovery earlier for Utah State. How about the career of Drew Brees, huh?
Just amazing. You know, he's going to pass Brett Favre somewhere in the middle of those numbers, but only 201 to break an NFL record held by Peyton Manning, and only 4 touchdowns shy from career number 500 in touchdowns thrown.
After the penalty, a first down at the 22 for the Cougars. Katoa untackled and brought down by a day away.
You know, the Aggies on defense, they're doing a really good job with their defensive front of holding up the offensive line and running down the line of scrimmage laterally. They're not getting pushed backwards, and that's allowing those linebackers and safeties to come up and make plays, and it's really hurting the production of the Cougars running game on first down.
And less than 2 yards on first down so far. They have 21 yards rushing as well on 10 carries total. Mangum stepping up, looking around, fires, and incomplete. There's a flag deep in the secondary at the 42. Katoa was the receiver. It looks like it could be another hold going against the Aggies.
Might have been Ferguson.
Holding, number 25, defense. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
There's the other safety, Shaq Bond.
Anytime you can extend a play offensively, you have a chance to defensively to get out of position. And that's what defensive coordinator Keith Patterson was trying to get his point across on the sidelines to Shaq Bond.
So back-to-back penalties against the Aggies defense. That's now 5 penalties tonight against Utah State.
And BYU, quite frankly, would take it any way they can right now.
Yeah, they've got to find some points, preferably the end zone. Reverse, Katoa, now it comes back. Mangum, deep shot for Hefo, has to wait on it, and then he is interfered with by Aaron Wade. That'll be pass interference. Now they go to a gadget play there, and it darn near worked, but the ball was underthrown.
Well, Hefo was a good 4 yards.
Pass interference, number 7, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Hefo's a good 4 or 5 yards behind coverage. He's going to come from the bottom of the screen, and it looks like run, and then he's just going to go down the middle of the field, and he's a good 4 strides ahead of Aaron Wade. That's probably the best play Wade could have made. That's a 40, 50-yard gain there easily. You only give up 15, so the ball is at midfield. It's a good decision, actually, by Wade. But if that ball's out in front, as you said, that's 6 points.
Penalty was on Wade, number 4, not 7 Williams, but first down just across midfield for the Cougars offense. Handoff straight ahead, Katoa. A couple to the 48, brought down by David Woodward. So BYU has a total of 5 first downs in this game, John. 3 of them have come via penalty, all of them on this drive.
That's right. All of them right here with 7:52 and counting. They're desperate right now. Tanner Mangum, take what's there, try to get this team in the end zone, because on first down, they're just not getting it done. Under 2 yards on first down, the Cougars are averaging tonight.
Canada goes into the slot on the top of the screen. Motions into the backfield. Jet sweep Canada, turns it upfield, and that's well read. He doesn't get much there at all. Jontrell Rockamore will get the tackle.
Well, what a great job of setting the edge by Rockamore. He's going to come the wide side of the field, and he is just going to go upfield. Watch 3 in white. Watch him get around the block and make the running back, Canada, go inside. That's where all the help's coming from Utah State. Excellent job of knowing your position, knowing your job responsibility as Canada goes off after that second down run.
3rd and 7. Mangum fires on the slant. It's complete. Micah Simon. First down to the 35 of Utah State. Well, they were 0 for 4 on 3rd down before that conversion.
Well, that'll get the crowd going a little bit. Accuracy, good timing in the pocket, nice protection, simple slant route, and Simon wins inside against Ingram for the first down.
John, that's one of the man beaters you were talking about
That's
earlier?
one of those, Quint. In cuts, out cuts, running away from leverage and pressure on 3rd down.
Simon in motion. They fake the handoff, under pressure, throws, hits the tight end. Actually, that's Braden El-Bakri, technically the fullback, a guy who been hurt. He's come back from injury this week.
One of those guys they were waiting to get back in this offense. They felt like he would be a good blocker for Canada going in between the tackles tonight.
He's a hammer. But tonight he's been used in play action as a receiver out of the backfield. And their offensive coordinator, Jeff Grimes, kind of warned us about that yesterday in their meetings. So 35 would figure in their game plan.
So that gain of just 3, 2nd and 7, and again across the middle, and he finds Hefo. First down near the 20, a late flag flies in. DJ Williams had the tackle. Might have been a little something extra at the end of that.
I'm not so sure that Hefo might have said something at the end of that catch. The officials discussing it around the 20-yard line.
There is no foul for a face mask on the play. The result of the play is a first down.
Let's credit this offensive line and a really accurate throw by Mangum down the middle. I mentioned earlier in this game, he's good down the middle of the field. There's the potential by Wade. He thought it was a face mask, the officials did, but it looked like it was a jersey on the shoulder pad. But good timing because of the protection. Good movement. He found a window to deliver the football, and a strike again down the middle. That's where he's most accurate.
Best drive so far tonight for BYU, a first down at the 19 of the Aggies. Mangum across the middle and connects again for Hefo at the 5. First and goal.
Again, great movement in the pocket by Tanner Mangum. He's going to set and then watch him shift. Find a window, deliver the football, accurate on time. And Brigham Young now getting some momentum. First it was off of penalties, now it's off of execution.
14-yard gain, first and goal from the 5. And the BYU fans, many of those kids were camping for days outside the stadium. Hefo in motion. Mangum rolling out, fires, caught, Katoa, and a badly needed touchdown for BYU. Well, remember, Utah State decided not to go for it on 4th and short from midfield. They punted away, but BYU still marches down the field and picks up their first touchdown.
Well, they did it by taking advantage of penalties. 3 first downs on that drive via pass interference penalties. And then they were able to get hot down the middle. The offensive line did a really good job of protection for Tanner Mangum, and he was able to dissect in the passing game. Just a terrific job of being able to find open receivers down the field. It was Hefo first. Now it's Katoa in the red zone. Just a great job of finding a receiver. Crowd getting back into it. BYU back into it.
The ESPN app now with ESPN Plus. Get more ESPN and download now.
BYU Cougars have found the end zone. Badly needed for BYU. Their first 5 drives, they had only 2 first downs. 6 first downs on that last drive. The first 3, though, of those first downs came by a penalty.
Well, you're thinking now, if you're Brigham Young, let's get a 3 and out on defense and have another chance with 4:28 left to go before halftime to get another score on the board and keep that momentum.
9-play, 88-yard drive for BYU. And Lupini Katoa's 4th touchdown of the year, his first touchdown catch. Bright will return this from the 1. He's hit short of the 20, but stays on his feet and run out of bounds at about the 22. Hey, you can stream college football all season long on ESPN Plus. Start your free trial today. Download the ESPN app. Visit ESPNplus.com. If you're a fan of original programming, especially the great 30 for 30 series, ESPN Plus, the only place to find that. So sign up now. You can watch Seau, the new documentary on the career and tragic death of Junior Seau, all on ESPN Plus. Now it's on the BYU defense. Can they stop Utah State? Love. That seemed to be a broken play from the get-go. Maybe gets a half yard or so. Number 99, Zach Dahl there.
That was a good play, getting penetration. I think it was a design quarterback draw, but I think it was going to go to the short side of the field. Love decided to not make it a negative play. Gets 1 yard on first down.
Well, that touchdown has helped get the Cougars crowd back into it. Love dumps it down. Thompson breaks a tackle at the 30. Lowers his shoulder at the 35. Fights his way to the 36. And has a first down for the Aggies.
Darwin Thompson is feisty and stout. I tell you, at 5'8", 200 pounds, he front squats 500 pounds. And in space, he's tough to tackle, but he wouldn't go out of bounds there. He was physical, stiff arm. Fans here didn't like it.
Freakishly athletic, Q. He's got like, what, a 40-inch vertical jump? Something insane.
Yeah, nice little jump cut there to the outside. Really froze the BYU defender and allowed him to get that first down.
Thompson, a kid who's out of the Tulsa area, transfer Northeast Oklahoma. Jalen Green not there. Take a look at this squat. This is a 500-pound squat, but as Q was saying, he's done 560, and here's that vertical leap.
It was just 500, huh?
Yeah, but it was a front squat.
Yeah.
Don't most of the videos we see of squats are back squats?
Yeah.
I mean, no one front squats 500.
I mean, you were handling that wagon wheel pretty good pregame, but
The wagon wheel is a lot heavier than I imagined.
no.
Thompson brought down from behind at the 35. That's Michael Shelton. Cornerback came in.
Boy, Michael Shelton did a great job top of the screen. Watch this blue jersey coming in from the top of the screen. He's going to be a blur, and he's the edge protection there. The defender turning everything inside. He ends up cleaning it up on second down.
So a 3rd and 9 from the Aggies 35. Can the BYU defense, who has 2 of their 3 timeouts left, get a stop?
Crowd back into it now. Jordan Love needs to make a good decision here. Sound decision on 3rd down.
Love tried to thread a pass in. Intended for Taylor Compton, who was very well covered, and it's 4th down.
BYU feeding off of that momentum offensively. It carries over defensively. And now they're going to get the ball back with just over 2 minutes left to go before halftime.
Taylor Heinze's punt. Shelton's going to let that bounce at the 15. It's going to be down right about there by Utah State. Another long field for BYU, but they have a couple of timeouts and just over 2 minutes left in this first half in Provo.
Back in Provo, Tanner Mangum at quarterback for BYU's done a nice job of really controlling the tempo of the game, especially in that last drive. He was 5 of 6, gets BYU in the end zone, feeds off of that defensive momentum that was gathered late in that second quarter, but he found most of his success down the middle of the field. You can see the start wasn't what he wanted, but since then, 9 of 11 for 59 yards. So middle of the field is where he's been attacking this Utah State defense, just behind the linebackers and in front of the safeties.
Mangum on that last drive went over 6,000 career passing yards at BYU. He's the 12th different Cougar quarterback to reach that mark. And he's throwing on 1st down, and it's caught by Bushman, who turns upfield at the 32. And I raised my voice because it was a bit of a dangerous pass, but he got it through to Bushman.
It was the first pass completed outside the numbers tonight by Tanner, and this one had to be perfectly thrown. It looked like Jamarcus Ingram was going to have a break on the football and go the other way about 30 yards for 6 points. But the timing and the velocity on that pass was able to beat him just barely to the outside.
Well, a lot of time run down here. They have their 2 timeouts. They have a 1st down. Their own 33. Clock running, 1.5 minutes to go, first half. Mangum slings it here to the near side. Gunnar Romney with his first catch of the night. Twisted out of bounds at the 41, a gain of 8.
Well, if you're Brigham Young, you have plenty of time. 1:22 left on the clock, 2 timeouts remaining, ball just on the 41-yard line. You can afford to run a screen, you can run draw, you can do whatever you can here on 2nd and short.
Some movement. Bushman, the tight end, may have jumped early. Long conversation here. Perhaps Utah State.
Well, they shifted horizontally. So they did move, and Bushman reacted by falling forward in his stance.
The late game defense disconcerting signals. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Yeah, you're right on that, Quint. So that's
Penalty
what they
results
call.
in a 1st down.
Well, it looked like it was going to be called down here. You mentioned the tight end and Bushman just falling forward in his stance. I'm not so sure if Utah State was shifting or yelling out signals at the line of scrimmage.
It is a 1st down for BYU at their 46. And it's Mangum deflected, but it's caught by BYU's Mangum, who just completed a pass to himself for a couple of yards.
Being aware as a quarterback's a good thing sometimes in the passing game. Little play action, the ball gets batted down at the line of scrimmage on the outside, and he's aware enough to get the football. Anderson looked like he tipped it at the line of scrimmage for the Aggies.
This looked like it went off 2 different Aggies before Mangum came down with it. He's got plenty of time. He's going to take a deep shot to the far side, a sliding attempt, and a flag out late. Ingram on the coverage, Colley the intended receiver.
Pass interference, number 2, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, Mark, one of the best plays in this offense so far in this second quarter has been pass interference penalties. All you have to do if you're Jamarcus Ingram is turn your head. You're in good position. You don't need to pull down Cauley on the outside. But the thing that's allowing this to happen is the great protection in the pocket, allowing Tanner Mangum to scan the field. That's the key to this.
BYU a first down at the 37. They have 2 timeouts. Just over 40 seconds left. Dumps it down. Katoa right near the marker. Will stop the clock for the first down, and I think BYU may use a timeout here regardless, and they will.
Timeout, BYU.
So they'll have one
second.
left.
It will be 30 seconds.
Well, Tanner Mangum has started to wake up in this game. That's helped the offense for BYU. What a career for Tanner Mangum. He is the first BYU freshman quarterback to throw for more than 3,000 yards. In 2016, he sat behind quarterback Taysom Hill. In 2017, ruptured an Achilles midseason. Turned 25 years old not long ago on September 8th. It's been quite a ride for Tanner Mangum.
Well, the biggest difference is BYU's success in the last 2 drives, especially on first down. They've had 7 first down plays, close to 50 yards and over 6 yards per play. So it's one of those things where in the first quarter, Utah State, they were winning on first and second down. They brought pressure on third down, which limited Tanner's time in the pocket. The success on first down for BYU offensively has backed off that third down pressure by the Aggies defense.
1 timeout for BYU. First down at the 27 of the Aggies. Utah State got out to a 21-0 lead. They were rolling. BYU trying to trim this deficit as we approach the end of the first half. Mangum comes to the near side. Bushman incomplete in the end zone. Bushman single covered there by the safety Gage Ferguson.
They want to attack the safeties if they can with wide receivers and tight ends, and that's been a key down the middle of the field in this second quarter. That time on the corner route, Bushman trying to gain some leverage on the outside, but just the ball was overthrown.
Bushman, a guy who led them in receptions with 49 last year. 6 catches so far this season, one of those though for a touchdown. Mangum on second down, rolling out, throws to the sideline, batted away at the last moment. Hefo, well defended there by DJ Williams.
When you get pressure in the pocket, it forces Tanner Mangum off of his spot, and he hasn't been very accurate on the move. This ball was thrown well to the outside, but just ran out of real estate by Hefo to the wide side of the field. Pressure equals off timing in your pass offense. You get off track, and on third down, I would expect Utah State to come with a little bit more pressure here as well. That's when they've had success.
It would be about a 43, 44-yard field goal if they gain nothing from here. And that's pretty much what the case is. The inside shovel pass to Katoa. This is well within the range of Skylar Southam, whose long is 47, which came against McNeese State. We're going to let this wind down, call a timeout, and then attempt a field goal. If they can get points here,
They're
this
back
would
in
be
it.
huge.
That's
huge
right.
For BYU.
Timeout, BYU, their final of the half. It will be 30 seconds.
Well, credit BYU defensively. They were able to get off the field a little bit better in the second quarter, and that really ignited this offense. They took a long drive down the field, aided by 3 pass interference penalties, found the end zone, and now Southam going to attempt a long field goal to make it an 11-point deficit.
True freshman Skylar Southam, who's 5 of 7 on field goal attempts this year. He saw the long of 47.
He was good from 50 in this direction during warm-ups. His only issue is when he accelerates and overswings, swings too fast like a golf swing. He's had some accuracy issues. A slow swing for him is the right swing.
Out of the hole to Gavin Fowler. From 43, which would be the final play of the first half. Good snap, it's away, it's got the distance, but goes wide right. And a lift for Utah State as BYU comes away empty on their last possession of the half.
Well, it's one of those things that you get momentum at the end of a half. Brigham Young did a great job offensively coming back into the game. They're going to take advantage on special teams. But as you said, Mark, this one struck well, but just sailed right of that right upright.
And a 21-7 lead for Utah State here at the half. Playing for the old wagon wheel. Utah State trying to win for back-to-back years for the first time in over 40 years. Coach Wells down below with Pugh.
Coach, there was a decision there on fourth and short, and you decided to punt. And it seemed like the momentum changed after that. Did you kind of go back and say maybe we should have been a little more aggressive?
No, absolutely not. We hurt ourselves on that next drive. They didn't beat us. We hurt ourselves with penalties, and we had a face mask and 2 PI or a hold. That was all on us on defense.
How do you
Better
get
than that, we're okay.
How do you get the momentum back?
I think we got to come out. We get the ball first. We take it down. Hopefully we can put points on the board. Continue to play our game on defense. When we've struggled on defense, we hurt ourselves.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
So halftime here at Provo, the score Utah State 21 and BYU 7. We will be back. More action coming up. Halftime straight ahead.